I will be presenting on unitary systems versus federal systems. So, a unitary system is a system of government where all political authority is in the central or national government. Some advantages of a unitary system is it uh, is consistent laws throughout the country. It's easier for citizens to understand, and government can act quickly if needed. Some disadvantages are the regional problems are more likely to be ignored, and it's easier for one party to dominate. And regional governments have little power. And then a federal system is a system of government where significant powers are given to subnational or regional governments. Advantages or citizens can participate at multiple levels. Local governments can respond to local needs, and it's less likely that one party will dominate. Some disadvantages is it can be slow and it can result in inefficiency. It is complicated for citizens to understand, and there's often conflict between levels of government. So, first example is Russia. Russia is an example of an asymmetrical federal system. The central government consolidates power in the central government. Constitutionally granted powers of regional governments are taken away. Over the past 10 years, Putin has been consolidating authoritarian power and taking power from local governments. In the past 30 years, the president has been given the power to remove governors, which is a retreat from a true federalist system. Putin has also extended the presidential term to 6 years. Also, the municipal filter prevents real opposition from contending for office. With all this being said, it should be evident that Russia is certainly a very asymmetrical federal system. So, the United Kingdom is an example of a developed unitary system. Although it is still a unitary system, the central government still devolves power to regional governments. These devolved powers are not constitutionally protected and can be taken away. Recently, the Conservative Party in the UK have been devolving more power to local governments. To summarize the UK's government system, I would say this. Even with more devolution as of recently, the UK remains a unitary state because the central government retains the power to limit or even eliminate local governments if and when it so chooses. Nigeria is a federal system. The federal system was put in place in response to the great ethnic diversity in the country. By giving local governments more power, they can better deal with regional issues. Each Nigerian state has the right to have a cabinet seat, three seats in the Senate, and a certain number of House Representative seats according to its population. China is a unitary system. Although formal power technically belongs to the National People's Congress, the Communist Party of China can oversee all the government offices. There is governance at national, provincial, city, town, and village levels. But throughout all these levels, a party committee exists to provide direction to implement certain policymaking decisions that align with the desires of the Communist Party of China. Almost all the power is in the hands of the General Secretary and the Standing Committee of the Politburo of the CCP. This is a characteristic that makes China a unitary system. There's no independent court system, and there's lots of censorship in China. Mexico is a federal system. After the end of PRI dominance in 2000, Mexico has become a more federal system. The power is divided between the legislature, executive, and judicial branches according to the Constitution. The legislative branch is split into two parts. The lower house is the Chamber of Deputies, and the upper house is the Senate. Mexico has 31 different states, and each state has a governor that serves as the head of state. Finally, Iran. Iran is a unitary system. However, unlike the other AP6 unitary countries, Iran is classified as a theocracy, which is a government run by religious leaders. Iran is an authoritarian regime based on Islamic law. Iran has rule by law rather than rule of law. The judiciary and the press are not completely independent, and elections are not free and fair. Although the elections are technically competitive, the voters can't really vote for whoever they want because all candidates for national office have to be approved by the Guardian Council. Citizens were given the right to vote in local elections for council members in 1999. So that's federal and unitary systems for the 86 countries. Thank you.